Hey YouTube, Jim, Omaha Air Tactical. We get a lot of questions. We have a rather large indoor CQB facility that's all airsoft. We have open play all the time. We sell a lot of guns. So the number one thing that we do is spring downgrades on shorter length CQB rifles. The bullpup designs recently have been fairly simple to change springs and downgrade. This is the new APS UAR. This video could be literally 30 seconds long, and maybe that's all Justin will give me. I don't know. Spider's kind of picky on time, so let's wrap this up. I'm going to show you how to change the spring in this. It literally takes less than 5 minutes. With a few modifications, if you don't have a chrono, pick one up. We can chrono your gun here, but there may be a few modifications. I'll run you through that quick, and I'll let you know what I found works really good, and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, let's do this as quickly as we can. One thing about springs, they all come in different lengths. What we'll show you is the length that actually comes out of this gun stock and what we have to achieve to get there. So the first thing that you'll want to do, I always remove the magazine. I always take that guy out. And on the back of the bullpup rifle, there's always a pin that holds this in. Remove that pin, and the APS made it really easy. This just pops right out. This piece here, this is actually what holds your bolt back. The bolt release is unique because it's on top. The back of the gearbox, this little guy right here, that's your spring release. That's what takes your spring guide out. So what we do is we just take our Allen wrench, put it inside there, push it in, and turn it halfway, and this whole thing slides out, just like that. This is your stock spring. One thing you want to keep in mind when you do get a lower rate spring is all spring lengths are different. So we'll compare this to a CQB length spring. This is considerably shorter. One of the ones that we did last night, we had a lower rate spring. To match this length, we had to cut 5 coils off of it. Something to keep in mind that if you do get like an SP80 or an M90, even if it says it'll shoot 276 or so, if the spring is considerably longer, like this SHS spring that we have here, if you look at the spring heights, this is considerably larger. The more that you compress this spring, the more tension it's going to have, and it's still going to give you an off reading as to what's advertised. So you always want to make sure that you end up at the same height. So cutting the coils is okay. You don't want to cut too much, because then you'll have a lot of bouncing around in that gearbox because there's no tension on that piston, or not as much. I've seen people cut so much off the spring that when it actually came forward, there was a gap between the piston head and the spring guide, so you don't want that. This is a really quick, easy spring change. We'll reassemble it with the stock spring since we're not downgrading this guy. Put the spring in and make certain that it goes inside that piston by going down long enough. You can also use a flashlight to look down in there and make sure that it's going all the way in. Sometimes they'll catch the edge of it, and it's not good if they put that spring guide in. Make sure that it's free and clear. I insert the actual steel ball bearing spring guide that APS gives you, and take our wrench, push this in, and it's just a quarter turn, and that's it. That's all you have to do to get this guy all changed out and ready to go. Reassemble the same way, and like I said, you'll need a chrono to make absolutely certain, but if you have to clip 1 or 2 coils, that's perfectly fine. When you get over 5 or so, then you can run into problems. That's it. Quick little video there on how the bullpups work and how you can change the spring in your APS or your Tavor, your S&T Tavor. That's it. Jim with Omaha Air. He's all together. There's a blue sparkle on this thing. Oh, alright, giddy up. From this end.